Welcome to the Star Wars seminar. Actually, turns out the first of two. We originally had one planned, and then when we discovered that Chris Gallagher, our Lucasfilm representative, wouldn't actually be coming into the show until tonight, we set up another one for Friday evening at 8 to 10. And I'll talk a little bit more about that one later. My name is Chris Perkins. I'm the design manager for role-playing games and minis at Wizards of the Coast. I lead the team of designers who create the role-playing and minis games.
And
this Jedi.
I'm Gary Sarley. I write Jedi Counseling. I'm a freelance editor, designer, and developer now.
Yep. And we're here to entertain you at least for the next hour with a question and answer period at the end. In addition to showing you just a couple of things that we've got going on this year as well as next year. If you have any questions, feel free to hold them until after the quick little presentation here. And if it's absolutely pressing, you can just raise your hand and we'll take it from there. So welcome. Glad you could all make it. Just out of curiosity, did anybody come here specifically to find out what's going on about the RPG? Okay, excellent. I have some answers for you. This year, as all of you are probably aware, our first big release of the year was the Champions of the Force. For a long time, for about 1.5 years during this product's development, it was just known to us around the office as Set E. We pretty much keep track of D&D sets and Star Wars sets simply by letter and number, because it takes a long time to get names trademarked. But to the rest of you, it's Champions of the Force. A couple of sample minis from the set. A lot of lightsabers in the set. This set, by the way, is our best-selling set so far. Lightsabers probably have a lot to do with that. It sort of taxed the limits of what we could do at the time with transparent technology. D&D is very jealous, by the way, because it doesn't get nearly as many transparent pieces as we're allowed with Star Wars. This release date is actually a little bit off. I think the last week of August, first week of September is closer to the actual release date for Bounty Hunters, which is our second huge set. Hey, there are Bounty Hunters in this set, including some that you've seen before, done in alternate ways, and some you haven't. In addition, a fair number of film and expanded universe characters. And it's huge. A few pieces from the set. A few more. What's that one in the middle? Anyone? Anyone?
The water.
Mustafarian fleet. Yes, the Mustafarian fleet. That's one of the huges in the set. And the rider. Oh, some more. All four of these boys are huge in the set. Later this year, the set G, or as you're calling it, Starship Battles, has a starter set, obviously, with the game rules, and we can talk a little bit about that, as well as boosters. 3 different booster box cover art pieces, just like before. The starter game will have 2 exclusive miniatures in it: the Gargantuan Executor, or Executor, depending on how you say it. Executor. Yeah. And a Mon Calamari supercruiser. All of the films are represented, various expanded universe ships included as well. It's a big set. We really, really mined everything to put it all in one place. The ships are at relative scale, which means that the X-Wings are not perfectly to scale with the capital ships. There's a reason for that. I'm sure you know what it is. But you'll know which ones are the big ones and which ones are the small ones. Would you like to join us? Front and center, Mr. Watkins. That way Gary will be flanked by bald guys, which is always a Plus 2 to attack. Designer on the Star Wars game, and if you know him already, it is through contacts either on the message boards or you may have met him in previous shows. A couple of the mini sketches for ships in the Starship Battle. A few more. A few more. A few more. Anybody know what the bottom right one is?
Outrider.
You got it.
Because
Who's the pilot?
Dash Render and one of his crewmates is Yuri, I think. Yes. And he also has a droid on board.
Yes, he does. Bonus points.
What?
The next set, what we call around the opposite H, is titled Alliance and Empire. It coincides with the release, or the 30th anniversary of the original Star Wars film, and will harken back to the classic trilogy. A lot of the figures in the set will tie into the theme of the classic trilogy. And of course, there will still be figures in the set that go beyond that, as all sets do. And that's scheduled right now for May of next year. Once we get past May, we can't really tell you exactly what we have planned because A, we're a public company, and B, if it hasn't appeared in our catalog yet, it is illegal for me to tell you what's coming out then. And I get fired. It would also be bad for the company. But suffice to say that we have sets planned throughout 2007 and beyond. And because 2007 is a big sort of 30th anniversary year, any other sets that come out that year will probably be strongly tied to the 30th anniversary in some way. The Star Wars role-playing game, as you can see here, went on hiatus. And sometimes, if you're sort of an industry insider, going on hiatus can be a very permanent thing, but not so in this case. In March of next year, the role-playing game returns. The Gungan edition. Oh wait, no. The Saga edition. There will be Gungans in it. There have to be. It's part of the universe. Sorry, but it won't be the Gungan edition. It is a D20 system game. The reason we're calling it the Saga edition is because Lucasfilm refers to the story that they've created with all the films and everything else that they do as the saga of Star Wars. So this is all encompassing. It's the first rulebook we've done that encapsulates all 6 feature films. In addition, it will be much more miniatures friendly than previous editions have been. One of the things it will include is a battle map at the back. And you'll see a lot of things that are true in the miniatures game now will sort of get imported or stolen away to make this game a little bit easier and fun to play. Some of the specific things that are new include all of the classes have been completely revamped. In some cases, we have jettisoned a class completely and had its abilities and class features absorbed by other classes. For instance, the tech specialist is gone. Who's playing a tech specialist? Anyone? See, that's why. But the soldier that you're playing now will have very different class features from the soldier that you'll be playing when this new book comes out. We've streamlined the skill system. We think that 57 skills in the game is probably a little too much. So we've taken the skill list down, pared it down, combined skills in a lot of cases. For instance, the skills hide and move silently are now the skill stealth. Things like that. New feats, new force powers. Rather than have force powers kind of work like skills and kind of work like feats, they kind of work like one thing now. Novel concept. And we're revising the combat system, both to make it feel a little bit, make gameplay around the table move more quickly, as well as to incorporate all the cool things with skills and feats and class abilities that we're using now. Just to take an example of some of the things in the combat chapter, we've removed a lot of the old conditions from the game, like staggered and dazed, and well, I guess stun is still kind of in the game. A lot of those conditions, and combine them into a single condition track that you follow for all conditions. It's really easy, real fun. Doesn't require you to know the difference between being staggered and being dazed and being bamboozled, whatever other words we create. And then it will also include a world gazetteer. Both a chapter will basically be a planet rundown of several key planets in the Star Wars universe with information that's useful if you're a character from that one, and that's new. Star Wars role-playing game accessories and supplements. Because the role-playing game comes out in March of next year, pretty much all the supplements and accessories that we'll be doing for that will be coming out in the second and third trimesters of that year, which means we haven't done the catalog, we haven't released the catalog for that yet, and that information is still confidential. We do have a number of things planned. That's the best I can tell you. I know, it sucks. We've learned a lot of things based on what's popular with the D&D minis and the D&D accessories that we've done for them. We're looking to do similar things with Star Wars. And my closing slide here is just to let you know where the follow-up seminar to this one will be, where Rob and Chris Gallagher from Lucasfilm will be able to entertain a lot of your specific questions about mechanics for miniatures game, things like that. Anything that's not covered here, basically.
Yes, sir.
Somebody found that Amazon was free system called Banker Attack for Star Wars now.
Is the
That's
oh,
already there.
okay. Rancor Attack.
Yeah.
When we come up with a schedule of products, I'm going to give you the long answer first, and then the short answer last, because it'll give me time to come up with a short answer. We actually had a product called Rancor Attack, which is sort of like the Battle on Endor, or the Attack on Endor box. And before it even made it to the catalog, we removed it from the schedule during that time. The problem is that Amazon gets their product information off of an electronic site run by Random House called Portal. And they took it before we had a chance to move it. And so they posted it. And thus it's incorrect. So you will not be seeing the Rancor product anytime I can tell you.
Speaking of incorrect, that slide's incorrect. The room was booked. It got moved to 8:30 p.m. on Friday to the Hyatt second floor in the Regency C&D rooms, if anyone's interested.
Hyatt second floor?
Yep, Hyatt second floor, room C&D at 8:30 instead of 8.
So after this short sort of product sneak peek, we'd like to open the floor to any questions you may have. I'm here just to answer kind of general questions about the line. Gary can tackle questions regarding Jedi counseling stuff, and Rob can tackle questions about design of mini stuff. And some questions we may not be able to answer fully, but we'll try. Yes, sir, at the back.
First, I missed the opening statements and talked maybe about the Starship.